18 was leaking fluid, something fierce. And the track was just, had no grip at all. And when I caught him, he had leaked really bad into one and missed the corner because he was slipping his own oil. I got under him going into two, and we all slipped in his oil, and I hit him and it spun him. I mean, I hate to say there was nothing I could do, but there was literally nothing I could do. It was just one big giant oil slick underneath his car, and I feel bad about that. And then it just came down to running a whole lap against Marcos, and I got in the oil and would slip up, and he'd get by me, and then he'd get in the oil and slip up, and I'd get by him, and just really good, hard racing. So beating and banging, I think that's the way racing should be. It's great to race against guys like Marcus. Thanks, man. It's great to race against guys like Marcus that you can rub on, lean on, and they don't lose their cool and just intentionally wreck you. That's what racing's supposed to be right there. A good driver with a little bit of bumping and rubbing, but none of that intentional wrecking BS. Marcus is a class act. That's the way racing should be.
How did you come back? You said yourself your car was gone.
Yeah, you know, I just got back into taking care of it there, riding by Marcos, and I came right back, and we're in good shape.
One of the most exciting final laps at Watkins Glen we've seen. Brad comes home second.
Unofficial finish order: Ambrose, Keselowski, Johnson, Boyer, Hornish Jr., Biffle, Kyle Busch, 7th. Marcos Ambrose celebrating back-to-back wins in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Watkins Glen International after a crazy, strange, bizarre twist in the last lap where Ambrose went from 3rd to 1st. Back at Watkins Glen with more post-race coverage after the amazing finish of today's Finger Lakes 355. Jeff Gordon winning last week at Pocono, this week at Watkins Glen, running 10th, coming to the final corner of the race when he wound up in the guardrail, trying to get more.
Wow. Yeah, it looked like you just had a run there on the outside, maybe a Green Smith. Oh, I'm sorry, Matt Kemp. Not much grip out there, though, and another one of the best lives it, Doc.
Absolutely, DJ. And Jeff, you had driven it back to within a top 10, inside a top 10 finish, and it went around. What happened?
Oil all over the racetrack. You know, it's pretty ridiculous that they don't want to end a race under caution and put that many cars in jeopardy. I had no idea there was oil out there, and I mean, I knew there was all kinds of havoc happening all around, but it's a great effort by Drive In Hunger Chevrolet. I'm pretty bummed out right now because we didn't have the day that I thought we were going to have. I thought our car was a lot better than that, and we started pretty good, but I knew something wasn't right, and then we tried to make an adjustment. Didn't go the right way, went backwards, and yet Alan and the guys made some adjustments there on that last stop. And we weren't good on the restart, but man, did it come on. And we were just passing cars left and right. I was having a blast. And, to work that hard all day long, come all the way from way back, all the way up into the top 10 and have it taken away because they don't want to throw a caution, it's pretty disappointing. So, I jumped out there to the outside of Kenseth, and I think he could see the oil because he just gave it to me. And I went out there, and there was just no grip, just completely came around me.
Thanks for your time, Jim.
Thank you.
Let's go to Vince Welch.
He's the new points leader. Jimmy Johnson takes over the points lead by 1 with a 3rd place finish today. What kind of day did you have today? Was it as good as it seems at the end?
Yeah, I mean, the first segment we were pretty far off. We came in on our first stop, made some adjustments, and really got the car back in condition I needed it in, and ran kind of 3rd all day. So real happy to finish where we did. Those last 2 laps were just out of control with the oil down, and you're studying the road trying to see if you can see an oil trail, and it really wasn't a large visible one to dodge, but you could feel the oil on your tires and slipping and sliding, and then guys are spinning all over. I mean, it was chaos, but I'm glad we got back to the finish line, finished 3rd. Very solid day for this Lowe's team, and just can't thank everybody at Hendrick Motorsports enough for their hard work, the commitment from Lowe's, and hopefully there's a lot of Lowe's employee owners happy right now.
The 5-time champ, he's back on top of the point standings.
All right, Jimmy Johnson with that 3rd place finish today as Marcos Ambrose continues to celebrate in victory lane, and we continue to hear from more of the top 5 finishers. Here's Dave.
And Clint Boyer rolls home 4th today. A win earlier this year on the road course, now a 4th. And talk about your last laps.
Man, those last couple laps were wild. I went into 1, and the car just took off skating, but I saw the car in front of me do the same thing. I was like, did we both blow tires, or was there something on the racetrack? And then we got over to 2, and it went sideways again. let me tell you, that was oil straight in the groove. Kind of reminded me of the old motocross days. You had to find traction on the outside, the inside, because the groove certainly had none. Hornish and I, we were slipping and sliding around. Biffle slid up, I got around him, and then the 48 slipped up on the last corner, almost got around him. But you know, what a great day. Solid weekend. This isn't one of my best racetracks. I want to thank Ryan, Patty, everybody in this 5 Hour Energy Toyota for pulling through for me and giving me a good car.
Other than the Sonoma win, most fun you've had on a road course?
That was pretty nerve-wracking, but it was a hell of a lot of fun.
Clint Boyer, 4th today at the Glen. Sam Hornish Jr. had some fun today as well. Brings it home 5th today. 2 Penske cars in the top 5. Sam, 3rd yesterday in the nationwide race, 5th in this race today. We know you're trying to prove that you belong in this job. What did you prove? What are you proving each week in this Cup car?
I think the best thing that we can prove is that we just go out there and we finish these races and finish them on the lead lap. And we had a problem at Daytona the first time I got the opportunity to get in the car and blew out a left rear tire and kept us from finishing where we thought we should. So we just kind of build on it every week. But our Shell Pennzoil Dodge was really good today over the long run. We just didn't get a long enough run there at the end. Real happy with what everybody at Penske Racing is doing, from the engine shop to the chassis shop. Guys are giving us good cars to go out there. Brad's a great teammate to be able to go out and follow. So just having a lot of fun right now, enjoying it, and hope that we get to do it some more.
Hornish, 5th today. Doc?
Well, it looked like Dale Earnhardt Jr. as a points leader, you were going to have a top 10 finish. But then what happened over there with the spin?
I just got in the corner and made a mistake. And that was pretty much all there was to it. Just overdriving the car.
After you spun, was there other damage to the car? It looked like you struggled a little bit getting the car to turn.
No, I had all my tires were flat spotted, and I got back out on the track, and then there was just oil everywhere from somebody. Everywhere. You couldn't see it, but it was everywhere. So you didn't know where to run, and I saw the leaders were coming, and I was trying to get out of the way, and they were in oil, I was in oil, and then I watched everything that happened in front of me, and just a bad deal. I think the track would have, shouldn't have oil on it. We shouldn't be, I don't know, maybe, it's a tough deal, I guess. They better finish out, with all that oil on the track. I don't really like that, but, because it is a bad, ugly finish at the end.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., 28.
Hi, Doc, and before we talk about what lies ahead, let's go back again and look at the crazy turn of events at the finish of this race. After Kyle Busch slid wide off turn 7 and in turn 1 gave up the lead to KESELOWSKI. It was taken from him by Ambrose, and then they raced the final 2 corners.
You can see right here, Brad KESELOWSKI thinks he might have it there, but he's in that oil again. Oil was just all over this racetrack, slipping and sliding. When I thought Kyle Busch maybe had a tire worn down or something, he was just in oil and couldn't get any traction.
But as we're looking at that, from a camera shot, you can't see the oil.
Yeah, even Jimmy Johnson said he could not see it. He was looking for it as hard as he could to look, and he couldn't see it. And so these drivers were just basically just dealing with what they had. And these 2 drivers right here that went to the checker flag just did an incredible job. And so did Kyle Busch. He just was a victor.
So circumstances, excitement, and a crazy finish at Watkins Glen with Marcos Ambrose celebrating his 2nd straight win in this event. And next week, it's on to the 200-mile-an-hour high-speed Michigan International Speedway, the short track at Bristol, high speed at Atlanta, and Richmond to settle out who makes the chase.
It'd be hard to beat this one, but there's a lot of good ones coming up. I'll tell you, this is about the craziest finish I've ever seen in any race. That's why I love road course racing so much. Yeah, just all kinds of things happening there. Unfortunate for Kyle Busch, had done a great job to get himself in position for that, but got some really, really good tracks for good racing coming up. Really excited about these next 4.
So championship standings, Jimmy Johnson goes to the top of the board, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. slides down to the number 4 position. Denny Hamlin, more critically, falls to that 10th spot, now just 40 points ahead of 11th place. In the wild card picture, Ryan Newman now moves ahead and has that 2nd spot. A 2nd win for Kyle that might have would have really helped him there. Didn't happen.
That's why he was so frustrated. He really needed that win. And Jeff Gordon, he slips out of that spot. Yeah, we know Kyle Busch has some really good tracks coming up. I know he wanted that 2nd victory there, but he's got Bristol where he has dominated before, and Richmond runs well in Atlanta and in Michigan. So should be some great racing, but unfortunate for him. Great day for Marcos Ambrose.
Wild, unforeseen circumstances in the last lap at Watkins Glen sees Kyle Busch take the white flag first, but finish in 7th unofficially. Marcos Ambrose take the white flag 3rd and take the checkered flag 1st. NASCAR Nationwide Series in Montreal on their road course next Saturday at 2 Eastern on ESPN. The Pure Michigan 400 next Sunday at noon Eastern on ESPN. And Sports Center is coming up next. For the 30th time, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series went racing on the historic road course in Watkins Glen. Strategy was played. There were some fenders bent. Several teams had mechanical troubles and crash troubles that put them in the garage. In the end, it came down to circumstances. An oily racetrack, with the leader Kyle Busch losing that top spot on the last lap. Brad Keselowski and Marcus Ambrose going at it for the win, and the Australian Ambrose back-to-back wins at Watkins Glen.